Alright, how you doing today, Sophie? 17, not bad.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a new friend!
Whoa, hi you guys, and welcome to today's show. Tonight, we are playing The Curse of Strahd, which I have saved in OBS as The Curse of Strahd. Irrelevant information. Sorry, Madam Gandalf, I haven't green screened you tonight. I will fix that shortly. First of all, guys, welcome to the channel. Here are my social links. If you're not already a part of my Discord, what are you doing? Get in the Discord. It's really fun. It's inclusive. It's full of D&D. We encourage new players, returning players, people who are new to streaming, and all them wonderful things. Get in there. We do 3 viewer games a week now, with up to 12 spaces for new, returning, or less experienced players, or people who just need confidence, whatever you want. If you want to come and have a go at online TTRPG streaming, get in that game. Just send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you in one of those games. We are a full-time service now, and as such, we can support us in the following ways. Patreon, which is very much appreciated. Merch, which is very much appreciated. And also a competition, which I can see some of you have already been flooding with, whatever they're called, submissions. So thank you for that. And, of course, today, every 10 tweets, we get a Wild Magic Surge. And, you know, Wild Magic Surges and Barovia go hand in hand beautifully. So, we know that Kelly is doing our recap for us today. Thank you for volunteering to do the recap, Kelly. So we will start with Rachel and we'll work our way backwards the other way around. Just a short hello, Cartoons and Drugs, welcome. Just a short hello, who your character is, and yeah. Rachel, hi.
Hello. Hello, my name is Rachel, or OBaby190 here on the internet, and I will be playing Sophie tonight. I don't know if we ever determined if it was the older or younger sibling to Suri. I feel like I'm the older one. I genuinely feel like I'm the old one. So the older sibling to Suri, who is an arcane trickster rogue, who is gonna have to deal with the fact that her sister may or may not be a werewolf soon. So that's always a good time. But yeah, I'm excited for the session today. I'm ready to be an inch taller than my. Am I an inch taller or a foot taller?
It was a foot.
It was a foot taller. Yeah, definitely ready to be a foot taller than my sister again, which is always a good time. So yeah, please don't kill us today, Scrat. That is all.
No promises. Next around the table, we have Alice, looking radiant as ever.
I've just woken up, so I know that's a lie. But yeah, I'm really excited to be back here again this week. I am playing Bob, who is a changeling, and is suspicious of all, and I think has no social skills whatsoever. Last week, he kind of gained a cat and is now very much in love with this cat, even though he's not too sure why. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. And again, please don't kill us.
Again, no promises, no promises. Especially to our next player, Alex. Oh, hi, Madam Gandalf.
Oh, hi. It's good to be back. It's good to be undead-ish. I have been looking forward to bringing back the antics of Suri along with her sibling Sophie, and just seeing how Bob and Talia managed to somehow react in the miraculous ways they do to our comic relief to what is otherwise a very scary campaign full of many horrors. Hopefully it is not a full moon tonight. Hopefully we are going to stay together as a group and not get separated again, because as we learned, bad things happen when you split off in twos. So I'm excited to see what happens this round, and I'm going to reiterate Rachel's sentiment. Please don't kill us, Scrat. That would be nice.
Well, I mean, honestly, you guys are just taking all the fun out of it now. So last but most certainly not least, one of my favorite people on the internet, and I'm not just, I'm not just brown nosing because she's also doing the recap. Kelly, oh hi.
Oh hi. Hi, so I'm Kelly, or A Kelly Lane on Twitter. And today I'm playing Talia, who's the half elf daughter of a noblewoman. And yeah, so I guess I'm doing the recap from last week. I think we are still technically on day one. I don't think we've actually ended our first day that we started during our session 0. So last week we found ourselves at the behest of my mother, going to look for some troublemakers that were causing trouble outside of town, and we were supposed to get rid of them. And we met up with them, and they ended up asking us to help free them from their overlord, I guess, of some kind. And we found ourselves in Barovia, apparently with a squeaky toy. Pardon my dog. And we got to Barovia, and we got split up. And our two sisters ended up having to take the long walk around. Meanwhile, Bob and Talia got the quick tour through town, and we watched Madame Gandalf and her character have a wolfy moment. And both groups separately learned that we have 6 days to cure her of whatever ails her, werewolf. And now we're at tent camp,
Looks like we got a new
about
friend.
to talk to the leader of this vagabond group. And I believe we might be getting our fortunes told.
Yes. So, is there anything that anyone else would like to add? Well then, Madam Eva stands in her tent. Welcome. I've put the kettle on. I knew you would return.
What sort of tea do you have?
Well, I believe I have each of your favorite teas, and sure enough, she has made 4 mugs of however you like your tea, and whatever tea is your favorite, it's there.
Bob stares at it suspiciously and sniffs it a couple of times.
What if we don't like tea?
Well,
We're more coffee people.
you'll notice that as you pull 2 away, there is the distinct smell of coffee beans.
I'm going to give Suri a look like, damn it, she got us.
Well,
I
Let's
believe
see if she got the sugar ratio right, though.
you are here to have a reading done. Yes, you are here to meet our dread lord.
And
Oh.
I think also to get some answers about this 6 days that we apparently have.
Oh yes, plenty of time.
We have a werewolf problem.
I beg your pardon?
We have a werewolf problem.
Oh no,
Little one.
not yet. You don't. No, you have the same problem as everyone else.
I mean,
Is the same problem as anyone else? Is that like a self-esteem thing that you're talking about, or something else?
No, I mean
I feel pretty good about myself.
the
Okay,
devil.
Exception.
The devil Strahd.
I have
He
heard of this
hangs.
Mr. Strahd.
Hangs over all of us in Barovia here. Did you not see in the town the people? Hi. We wait for one worthy to take his place or slay him for a brief reprieve.
Oh,
I told you she was weird.
this is really weird.
This seems ominous.
Are you
I don't like ominous.
tea or are you drinking something else?
Oh no, I haven't drunk tea since... What year is it where you're from?
I forgot math.
Yeah, what she said.
There's only one kind of calendar that I'm good at.
Ah, yes, the lunar calendar.
Precisely. See, they get it.
I don't. Okay, I wouldn't take this seriously.
I can
Just
give
for me.
you a tea for that as well, you know.
Excellent.
Helps the flow, reduces the pain.
The Crimson Moon will be happy.
Are you really having this discussion with this creepy lady right now?
Well, she has coffee.
We're not
And-
even 10 minutes in.
Well, I mean, if you would rather return to the inn with the innkeeper, the one who cleans the clean glasses. You know the
what's
one.
that about?
Well, he has to do something to keep his hands busy, lest they stray to his throat. Now then. 5 cards shall read your fortune. The
Suri's
first,
gonna count to be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
The
I could do some math.
the first will tell of the history. The second will tell of a powerful force of good and protection. The third is a power of strength. The fourth card will tell you about Strahd's enemy. And the fifth will tell you where to find Strahd himself. Are you ready? You may want to make a note of this. This will be most important in your future.
A book, paper.
She pulls the blanket on her legs around her waist a little bit more and looks into the crystal ball for a moment. Oh, especially you, she points at Bob.
Me?
Yes, that little trick of yours, the changing into a pussycat.
I'm not a
And-
pussycat.
And then a big person, and then a little person, and then a Suri.
Have
Hello,
you all
s-
been spying on us?
I wave at Suri. Hello, Suri. No,
It's rude to
no.
spy on people.
Unless you count the mysterious crystal ball.
I mean, that's a little spy. That's like a little bit of a. I'd count it.
Now, this card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancients will help you better understand your enemy. The one of coins. The one of coins is the swashbuckler. I see the skeleton of a deadly warrior lying on a bed of stone,
That's not comfortable.
flanked by gargoyles.
Huh. Okay. So 1 off coins. So you can only use them once.
No, my dear, that's the card. Perhaps someone else had better note this down. Pure Fury is going to get confused.
Well, yeah, I don't really know what a knowledge of ancients is.
Oh, drink
I
your
don't
coffee,
have a
darling.
note
Drink your
of
coffee.
that.
Now then, this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection. A holy symbol of great hope The 6 of coin. The beggar. A wounded elf has what you seek. He will part with the treasure to see his dark dreams fulfilled. This card of power and strength tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. The 7 of coins, all coins from the common deck. This is most peculiar, perhaps a sign that you will find great wealth on your journey.
Wow.
However, the 7 of coins is the thief. What you seek lies at the crossroads of life and death, buried amongst the dead.
Wow, all this gold is for me?
Thank you for that donation.
Guys.
This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness.
Oh. Battle.
The
Darkness.
broken one. Your greatest ally shall be a wizard. His
Oh.
mind is broken,
Wizard.
but his spells are strong.
Spells.
Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card shall lead you to him. I have not seen this card for some time. He lurks in the one place to which he must return. A place of death.
A grave.
For a moment I thought your entire deck was going to be coins, even the royals. That last card sheds mystery on everything. Could you be the ones to return Strahd to his earthly domain? You are not ready. You are not ready. Not now. If you go now, you will surely fail. There is nothing but death for you if you head to the castle now. You must seek these things. You must seek the Sword of Sunlight, the holy symbol, and the secrets of history. Seek also the Broken One, the Mad Wizard. Only with all 4 of these items you have a chance at defeating Strahd. Off you go.
Excuse me, crazy lady, but why are you telling us this?
2 gold of fortune.
I'm sorry, but Talia will not be going after Strahd.
Such a shame.
And Bob's sort of leaning into this all purely out of curiosity more than anything.
That last card, by the way, was the Horseman.
horseman. So
Like
like a
a-
centaur?
I was gonna say like a centaur.
One of the four.
Oh, that's not so good.
There's 4 centaurs.
For a moment, her eyes scroll upwards, and she is reading a tome from somewhere long gone, long past, never existed. And he rode a pale horse, and death followed with him.
So we stay away from the pale horse. Okay, come on, Talia, we're going home.
Bob, stop.
We're going home.
We can't leave. And
Why
our
not?
only way home are those guys, and they said that they'll take us home when we kill Strahd. There's no way to get out.
I'm feeling very misled at this point.
Now, could Suri and Talia both please roll me a Wild Magic Surge? We are now up to 442. Thank you very much, everyone. That's 10 followers, over 10 retweets. Let's take a look at the retweet summary now. Yeah, we're up to 14 retweets. That's another 6 for another one. If you would like to participate in our Wild Magic Surge table, you can do so. All you need to do is go to our Discord, and nearly anything that goes into the suggestion box tab in the Discord will go into the Wild Magic Surge table. We do a light.
Was it 432 or 436? Sorry.
442.
442.
Oh, very close. Talia, you suddenly feel very springy.
Springy? Like,
how high do you think you could normally jump?
I don't know. She's really strong. She's an elf, maybe like 5 or 6 feet.
You're feeling really pumped. Do you feel like jumping?
Like right now?
Yeah.
She's got a spring in her step.
How
an
tall is
urge.
the tent?
So I guess I had imagined Talia was sitting, so I guess she kind of stands up, and maybe she's feeling frustrated with Bob, and she kind of goes to kind of stomp her feet and springs.
You feel like you don't put a lot of effort into it. You put maybe half your effort into it and jump 5 feet into the air, touching the top of the tent. It's as though you can jump double your distance.
I think she's gone hopping mad.
Talia, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah, well, why don't you check her cup?
This is why you don't drink the tea.
Yeah, I don't. This place is so strange.
Siri, I nearly forgot. I have a gift for you. Just for you. Tell me, who was your mother?
Should I say the real answer? No. Miss Gibblebottoms.
Well, even I know that's a lie.
It was a rhetorical question, Siri. I just wondered if you'd lied to me.
And if Bob sits and it's like, sort of chuckling to himself at the side of the table.
And Talia's gonna lean into Bob and be like, I feel like they might be lying a lot.
Really?
Oh, you just noticed?
This was your mother's. And she holds a headband out to you, Siri. It may seem simple, but it has magical properties.
Suri's going to like, I always knew Miss Gibblebottoms was great. And like puts it on. How do I look?
You
Like
suddenly
Mom.
feel as though you can see further. maybe hear a little more, as though your passive perception has been boosted by 1 point.
Oh, I think I've gotten long-sighted.
Oh, Mom suffered from that. Do you remember? She talked about how she could see us doing stupid shit from far away.
Oh, man.
Ah,
Kind
yes.
of need to get new glasses.
When she used to say she had eyes in the back of her head. Yes, that was that headband.
Oh. Well.
What are you still doing here? Come, Strahd needs to be defeated. Go, 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 go and find things. Come on, come on. She's going to take a broom and start sweeping anyone still sitting. Like, come on, sweeping you out.
Hey,
Come
hey,
Tell
hey,
you
hey!
standing with
Watch the boots.
Come on, off you go.
She's
off
gonna
you
try
go.
and grab the broom. and be and kind of demand. She's like, "You were supposed to give us answers about our friend and Surrey and the 6 days.
Yes.
How are we supposed to help her? You've given us all this information to kill Strahd, but
The holy symbol, the sword of sunlight, the history, the mad wizard, and death.
so finding those things will help her too."
Well, lift the curse on Strahd and lift the curse on all.
And Tally's gonna lean to Bob and see, like, "See, we have to stay."
So this is like a one big bird with a bunch of little stones, and you gotta hit the bird so it drops the stones. That's not how that
Yes.
works, is it?
Yes, hit burns, get stones.
Like Strahd is like a really big bird holding all of us, and we're little stones, and we're trying to get him to drop us. That's exactly what that saying means, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think she just wants us to kill Strahd. Like completely missing everything you're actually talking about.
Oh.
So does this Strahd guy have like a huge sword, or is it like a small sword, or is it like an axe or something?
Wait. Does this make us assassins now? Have we been hired for a hit?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Just gonna look over at the Oracle. Are you gonna like pay us for this, or?
Oh, yes, I'll pay you.
Excellent. How
Wait,
much
wait,
are we
wait.
talking?
Yeah.
Your exit fee out of Barovia.
There's a fee?
Yes.
Hey, I thought we were done with tolls in these areas.
I
Thought
was
we were-
not told anything about any fee.
Well, yes, it's your life. Just by coming here, you cannot leave.
I told you we shouldn't have come.
Hey, I can't buy
Too
bread
late
with my
now.
life. All right.
No one listens to Bob.
Sorry, Sophie, say once more.
Huh?
You said something.
Oh, I said I can't buy bread with my life, so I'm gonna need some cold, hard motivation, if you get what I'm saying.
Have you tried buying bread without your life?
She looks over at Surrey. It was that one
My-
time.
Oh.
Do you remember when we were in the city and I got really, really sick because I drank that really bad water and I thought I was gonna die, and you used me as sympathy to go get some bread?
I
It was
have to show
close. It was
people.
kind of on the same level.
It's true. It's true. Very much on the same level. We've actually used her death as many ways to get things done.
Now, we both
We
know
got a
that's
wheel
not
cart
the
last
same
time.
thing.
We got a wheelbarrow.
You're just procrastinating because you don't want to face Strahd. Now, off you pop. Come on. I'll tell you what, here's a sweetie each. There you go. She starts handing out boiled sweets.
I take Talia's away from him, like, you don't know what it is. And I leave the tent.
And Talia follows and just like,
Hey, if she can't have it, can me and Surrey split it?
Of course. And he just passes the sweets over to you.
Can I try to
Oh.
slightly give it to Talia? She's gonna pass the sweet back, and then Sophie's gonna go up to Talia and just be like,
I want to perceive the hell out of this if they try it.
I will roll whatever I need to hide this.
Oh yeah, you guys can roll against each other. That'd be what? Are you actively looking for this sweet passing Bob?
I'm more sort of just keeping an eye on Talia because I trust nothing right now.
Then it'll be a contested roll, perception versus stealth, or sleight of hand.
I roll so badly at this sort of thing.
I got
Oh,
a
dear.
21.
I got 11. I completely
Oh
missed
my
it. I'm
gosh.
just
I
like,
rolled a 13. My sleight of hand is 7.
So I guess, Bob, as far as you're concerned, Sophie is consistently holding 2 sweeties. What you don't
Oh,
realize.
I've left the tent. Like,
Oh, I thought you were looking out.
I
But-
would have done, but at this point, I would have just kept walking.
There
Fair
you
enough.
go, Talia. I'm gonna give her like a little nudge and be like, yeah.
Thank you. Bob can be protective.
Oh, 20. I said 21. Whatever. Shut up, beast.
Anyway,
I messed up.
Talia's gonna follow Bob out of the tent. Alright.
He's just standing outside,
I don't
sort of
feel it.
waiting.
She's gonna go up to him and be like, Bob, I know you're not happy about all this, but I feel like we're a little stuck.
Oh, we're stuck, all right. It's okay. We'll hop on the cart. We do the stuff. We go kill this Mr. Strahd, and then we go home. And then we don't come back to Barovia. I don't understand. It's not like a good holiday destination or anything. I don't like it here.
It is a little gloomy. But yes,
Gloomy. People are weird here.
they're different. They're exciting.
He's looking at you like, yes.
And she just gives up. Like,
So what was the first thing we had to do?
Well, we gotta find some kind of sword and some holy symbol and some wizard man Jenkins.
It was
Mm.
something about knowledge of ancients.
And Old Man Jenkins.
Yeah.
Is there anyone like by here, like just like living there, like these people?
well, the first history thing is a skeleton. It's a dead guy. So I wonder if there's a cemetery.
I feel there is a lot of death here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and I grab the closest person. I say, we are looking for a sword. A sword, or what kind of sword?
Madam Eva will have the answers you need.
I'm sorry, what?
Madam Eva, she'll have the answers you need. She'll tell you all about where you can find things.
Didn't we just come from there?
Yes.
Yeah, she told us to leave.
She
I
must
stick
have
my
given
head
you...
back in the tent.
Bob, don't be persistent. I gave you all the answers you need. You just need to figure them out a little bit. I'm not here to hold your hand.
Excuse me, I'm sorry I called you weird, but where is the sword? I just want to get out of here quite quickly.
Yes, well, the sword is exactly where I told you it was. It's in the hands of the thief, at the crossroads of life and death, buried amongst the dead.
There are a lot of thieves here. She sort of just like glances back briefly and okay, and then walks back to the other man. So where are the crossroads?
Well, which crossroads do you want?
I don't know. There's gonna be some dead people there and a sword.
Oh, hang on. You mean, there's a place actually not far from here. There's a crossroads and a graveyard. Yeah. You follow the river along the path, you go through the woods a little bit, follow the path back onto the main road, and where you get to a crossroads, there's a cemetery there.
Okay, then that is where we will go.
Alright. Good luck.
I'm going to take your cart. And I go over and I just get back on the cart.
It's getting pretty late, though. I wouldn't go out at night if I were you.
Why not? It's always dark here.
Well, you know what they say about the wolves out at night.
Wolves?
It's
Yeah.
okay, we've got one. And he just sort of gestures back to Suri.
Roaming in packs, they do.
Does 2 count as a pack?
Not usually, no. If you see 2 wolves, I would run as fast as you can, because that means that there's more coming around behind you to attack you. They hunt in packs, you see. Some act as distractions. Like, a lot like people could do, really. If you put a person in a dress at the front, you know, and she's waving all her tongas around, and then you go and bash her on the back of the head and take their money, don't you? That's exactly the same thing. One person distracts, the other person knocks them out. That's what wolves do, but they do it in packs of like 10.
Bob like glances to the side at Tarling and goes, "What are tongas?"
You know, kahunas.
I still don't know what this is. This Barovia speak because I don't understand it.
You know, whoopsie daisies.
The lady parts.
Floobles.
Oh,
Yeah, floobles. There you go. I knew you'd get one of them.
people just throw them around.
Well, but if they did, you would look, wouldn't you?
And like you could always see like Bob blush. He's like, no, I wouldn't look.
Now, yes, you would. I can see your face turning red. You'd be looking all right. And whilst you're looking, I'd come up behind you and conk you on the head, and that's what the wolves do.
Well, now you've told me that's what you'll do, so I will never do it.
Well, all right. I didn't mean to give you a lifelong fear of floobles.
I'm taking your card.
Oh, yeah, you can help yourself to my cart, I guess. It's not like it's my livelihood.
But what is your livelihood?
Actually, I'm a farrier.
Oh, so it really is his livelihood.
Okay,
Wow.
I feel a little bad now.
No, sorry, I said a farrier.
And then what he...
I make horseshoes. I fit horseshoes to horses.
That's what that's called?
Yeah.
You're the horseshoe guy.
Yeah, a farrier, yeah.
See, I thought like a ferry was like you ferry people from one place to the next.
No, that's a...
And so I thought that's why the cart was like your thing and your livelihood. And so Bob took the cart, then you'd be like, life sucks.
That's a ferryman. Yeah. A ferryman with an E. No, I'm a farrier with an A. Farrier.
Hey, does it look like I'm reading it off the page here? I'm just listening to your weird Barovian voice.
Well, I can't help having a weird Barovian voice, can I?
That is true. You're born with it.
So are you saying we got to sleep here?
Exactly.
I think that's what they're saying.
Can we sleep in your cart?
Oh.
Or a tent?
Oh, a tent's better.
Talia should sleep in a tent.
Oh.
Finally, something you've said that makes sense, Pop.
And we get the tent too, right? We tent?
Oh, we can get really compact.
Mm-hmm. We take up no space.
We do this thing where it looks like we like curl in on each other like this, like 2 little C's, and it's great. Just like that.
Yeah.
It works really well.
It's like a yin and a yang. Just.
And I think while they're explaining this, Talia goes up to, I don't even remember who we're talking to anymore. And it's just like, do you have somewhere we could rest for the night?
Suri will start trying to like demonstrate with Sophie right now, like what they mean.
Bob is just watching.
Yeah, we're just like physically like standing, trying to do it. Like, hold on. I'm gonna flip, grab my feet.
Okay.
Is this an act that they do in a lot of towns? Is it?
I don't know. Last time I saw, I know that they have a trick where they try to steal cows and get shot by a crossbow.
Oh, I've got a crossbow somewhere. Do you want me to shoot them?
No, no, please. No. We're fine.
Oh,
We'll stop.
sorry. I thought it was part of the act. You don't mean they actually shot one of them, do you?
No, no, I like almost died.
Isn't it
That
like?
was like
No, it's a joke. And then Bob just starts to laugh.
Isn't it one of them things where, like, you know, you aim the crossbow at someone, then you cut a hole in the bag of sand, and you've got until the sandbag lifts to the trigger to pull. You got to get out of the escape thing.
no, I like actually almost died this morning.
Oh,
A lot has happened since this morning.
well, you look very good for it.
Okay. You hear that?
It's only because you're taller now.
I sort of sleep in my tent though. You see, and that's all I've got. You could go and stay at the inn in Barovia.
Oh, the guy with the cups.
Yeah, the guy with the cups. Yeah, he's a bit weird, but he won't
yeah.
he won't murder you in your sleep or anything. I've slept there at least twice. He did stand over me one night, but he didn't touch me or anything.
Is there not like a lock on the door or something?
Well, yeah, but he's the innkeeper. He's got all the keys, isn't he?
Okay.
Sounds better than sleeping outside, I guess.
I'm sure he wouldn't do anything weird. Other than that, I mean, you could just rough it in the woods. It's not rained in Barovia since, well, forever, really. But it does get pretty misty, so you're likely to catch a cold.
Oh.
My nose gets really chapped. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, she's prone to nosebleeds if it gets too dry.
Oh, well, it won't get too dry, all right? You'll be getting very moist.
No, let's see, like then it gets too moist and then I rub it a lot and then it gets, the whole situation. I'm not gonna explain it to you. It's
Yeah, I was going to say you're sounding less and less. Anyway,
So
look,
the
maybe
inn.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you my tent in exchange for something.
what?
Let's do a trade. What do you want to trade for?
Got some pocket lint.
No, well,
It is
no.
quality lint. Great for fire starting.
Well, not quite equivalent in value to a tent, is it? Really? See, and a tent essentially is like a hotel room you carry around with you, but not very comfortable. So it's got.
But lint
You
is
seem
a
like you have
fire starter without a pyromancer.
Well, yeah. You say that.
Oh, okay, spit it out, ferryman. What do you want?
No, I'm a fat. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a weapon or a. I mean, if you've got gold, we could trade in gold. Maybe some potions, jewelry.
How much would you like us to pay you for the tent?
Well, it's got to be worth at least 10 gold.
And she kind of looks at Bob because she doesn't understand.
How much money do we have on us?
That's a good question.
Well, of all of you, Talia is likely to have the most, as she got prepared for going adventuring. Sophie and Suri, I believe you've got something like 7 copper or something like that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or very little.
Bob, I imagine you'd probably have 2 silver, and Talia, you'd probably have maybe a gold or 2. A gold, most people don't see a gold in their lifetimes. So 10 gold is a disproportionate amount of money to ask.
So you want 10 gold for a tent?
Is it just me, or is the inn looking more and more promising?
Yeah, this guy's not a ferryman. He's just a thief.
No, I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. What about magic? Do you guys do any magic? Maybe you can enchant something of mine, or I don't know, ward me against illnesses or something.
I have no magics you can use. I am sorry.
I just have sticky fingers, but I don't think that's gonna help anyone.
Do any of you have any magic?
Not yet.
I think that's the indication of you're going to die.
Bob.
Yeah, not yet.
So
We're only level 1.
I tell you what. Why don't we? All right, look.
Could you give us a ride back to the tavern?
How about 5 silver? 5 silver, and you can have me 10.
Why'd you suddenly look so nervous?
Because I thought you had a lot more money than you obviously do.
Yo,
she just dresses nice.
Well, yeah,
Right.
she's wearing like
Yeah.
all that studded leather stuff with all the fancy swirls and stuff. I thought she had at least 10 gold on her.
No. Who
I haven't
carries
seen
10 gold around in their pocket?
Well, rich people, don't they? Everyone knows that if you manage to kill Strahd, you instantly get 500 gold and the key to the city or something.
Wait, isn't like the whole reason you guys won't let us leave is because we haven't killed Strahd? So like, why would you assume that we just had 500 gold from killing Strahd?
No. I mean, like, rich people. Strahd's rich. He's about the only rich person I know.
Yeah, but
You
he's
could
a
ask him for
bad
gold.
rich person.
All right. Listen, you can just hang out with your cart and your tent. I
We're
think
gonna
we
use
should
you.
go hang out with the cup cleaner.
I mean, what's the worst he can do? Like cup us?
Oh, sorry, you don't. I wouldn't say. Yeah, actually.
Just
It's okay, I'll keep watch when we do.
Well, I mean, you'll probably see the grave. If you wanted to, you could walk past the graveyard on the way back to Barovia. It's before the bridge. So
Let's just go do that.
So you know this track comes out onto the road, yeah, and you go left towards Barovia, and you got the bridge, or you go right, and you only go a little way right, and then you come to the crossroads with the graveyard.
Oh, all right.
right. So a left, a
That's
bridge, a
good.
crossroads, a right in the graveyard.
Let's go there then.
You have a good night with your tent.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, he's gonna do weird things in his tent. Let's go,
And I think
let's go.
Talia's just gonna start walking, following the direction.
And Bob has left. Bob is already walking.
Grab Suri's arm and run.
We'll leave the weird man with his weird tent to do the weird thing.
There's no stains.
Oh,
It's okay, kids. We're past the watershed.
In all countries now. So, you guys, where do you go? Do you head back to the Barovia, to the inn?
Bob is walking to the crossroads. Isn't the crossroads before the inn?
You can go to the crossroads.
Before, I kind of want to go there too. Even though he told us not to. I'm
Yeah,
gonna follow
I'm
Bob.
yeah, I'm gonna follow Bob.
Bob doesn't trust me, but I trust Bob.
Yeah.
And Talia's gonna follow Bob. We can stop at the Well, we have to cross the crossroads to get to Barovia.
It's
so we might as
okay.
well.
We can just have a look. If we don't like it, we go for a nap and then we come back in the morning.
That does seem the most efficient.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Don't
like-
say that.
I'm already a werewolf.
Well, not quite yet. I think we still have a few more days.
So
You'll
you guys,
be telling me there are vampires next.
the road touches the river as you leave the forest. The river flows as clear as a blue winter sky through the valley. It is about 50 feet wide and looks very deep. And you can see the bridge down the river from here. Clearly to the left. If you go to the right, you'll go and find the crossroads. Who would like to roll me a d12 and who would like to roll me a d8?
I can roll a d12.
I'll roll the d8.
2 6s.
That seems ominous.
Yeah.
So as you reach this point and you see the river and you assess your situation, you can see walking from the way the crossroads is. Why? Four. Oh no, actually, sorry. Someone roll me a 1d4.
I got it. 3.
And who has the highest passive perception?
I have
Definitely.
12.
Didn't I write all these down at one point?
I think
Wait,
I had the
What's
highest.
it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, somebody was at like a 9 or something.
I'm at a 10.
I think it's
I don't know
Bob.
what one is.
Okay. So, mildly struggling. Yep, you guys, there doesn't seem to be anything massively worrying going on. After all of that.
So the way to the crossroads is clear.
Yeah.
Bob will still approach cautiously.
And I think Talia probably has her sword out because there was that thing that was chasing them yesterday in the cart.
At least the water looks kind of nice here, right?
So where is the sword?
Well, it said something about a thief.
In the bodies. We have to find the bodies. Where's the graveyard?
Whoa, wait. Are we gonna dig some people up or?
Well, you don't have to, but if he gets the sword, then we dig people up.
You say that with like a confidence in your voice if you've done that before?
No,
Huh.
but there's a lot of stuff I think I'll be doing in Barovia that I have not done before.
Yeah. Okay.
Bob is very adaptable.
Bob,
Yes.
you startle a wild-looking figure caked in grey mud and clutching a crude stone axe.
I startle him or I'm startled?
You startle them.
Oh.
You can't. They're androgynous. You can't tell if they're a man or a woman.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
The figure shuffles away. They withdraw, moving away from you.
No, excuse me. And I just start following. I follow this person.
2 more appear from the bushes and begin shuffling away. However, soon they will be cornered.
I want to talk. Do you know where I can find some bodies and the sword?
When they're cornered, they turn, brandishing their axes.
It's okay, and I hold up like no weapons. I won't come any close. Do you speak common.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm
we
gonna
I was
see
be.
not expecting that voice. I'm
No.
sorry.
Wait, do we see these as well?
Or if they just see me wander off.
No, I think once Bob startles one, they'll become
Okay.
apparent as they start shuffling.
Okay.
Excuse me, I am looking for a some bodies and the sword.
No hurt.
I'm not going to hurt you. I cannot be asked to hurt anyone right now.
Leave us alone.
Bob
Do
threw a
you
rock at it.
know where the sword, where a sword and some bodies are? Why are you caked in that filth?
He shrinks back against the wall and you see him sort of disappear almost for a second. And then he
That's
moves
very
forward again.
clever. That's very clever.
Invisibility mud.
Ability mud. Okay. If you could just answer my few
We want
questions.
to leave now.
Okay. Where are you going?
Away.
Why do you do this? I'm really trying not to pick up your accent. Why are you
Don't
like this? You
don't-
don't live in a village?
don't like villagers.
That's okay. They're pretty weird.
You villagers.
I'm not a villager. Do I look like a villager?
You wear clothes.
Well, it's chilly outside.
He looks down at his own mud-caked body. Is it?
Your bud obviously works very well. I will try it sometime. We have come here by accident, and now I spoke to a crazy lady.
I feel
So I have to
threatened.
find the sword, which is among the bodies, and then I have to. There's some other stuff we got to do, and then we got to go kill Mr. Strahd so we can go
Are
home.
you threatening us?
No, do I look threatening?
Yes.
Oh, and he sort of looks a bit sad at that. He's like, I don't mean to.
We are stuck in the corner. We want to go now.
Oh, will this help? And I just sort of slowly sort of shake a bit and morph into one of them. Does this help?
No, we still feel trapped.
Okay.
I want to go now.
And he this Bob backs up. He's like, I'm sorry.
And they flee into the night.
That's the best run I've ever seen. Okay, I shift back into my tabaxi form and sort of flick some mud off. And I'm like, well, we met some more of the locals. They're a little strange too.
Wait, what the? What?
Strange how?
They were naked, covered in mud, and they don't like villages, and they have weird sticks with rocks on them.
I mean,
and
naked and
they
covered
like-
in mud just sounds like they're living their best life.
They well could be, but they are obviously not villagers.
Huh.
So, should we continue on then?
Oh, I want to go find the sword.
Well, they said it was at the crossroads, and I think that's the crossroads.
An old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village pointing towards you the way you came. Sear Pool to the northwest, back towards the travelers' town. And Ravenloft in the 3rd direction.
Like Bob sort of walks over to the gallows and is like looking at it, sort of poking it a little bit to see how sturdy it is.
It's sturdy enough. From here, you can tell how the land lays. The road you've come from seems to slope away from you, as though you've been coming uphill to get here. And to the southwest, it continues uphill. It would seem to get to Ravenloft, you will have a fair bit of a climb if you wish to go that way. Across from the gallows, a low wall crumbling in places partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in the fog.
Oh, dead bodies. And he's just what strolls into the graveyard and starts looking at the gravestones.
So what that guy say is some elven thief, right? That took the sword?
Yeah.
All right, what
Yeah.
are which of these names seem elven to you?
I don't know
They
if
gotta
said
have
elven.
they gotta have like a yin and a and a
Gluck.
and weird symbols and stuff on them, you know? No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
It all looks elven to me.
All of the stones are old and worn. It's like, you know, when you go to graveyards and like you can tell it used to be writing, but now it's just dots and lines, and all you can really see is the deep bits. You can't see the fancy bits.
Does anyone have a piece of paper and charcoal or something?
I always have paper.
And Sati's just gonna immediately rummage out and just like,
I was like, yeah, here you go. Go.
Dang. Oh, and he reaches it. And if there's like any charcoal or anything, can I just try and take some rubbings of any of the like the gravestones if I can see them more clearly that way?
Yes. Give me some sort of check for that.
What would you like?
Let's have a look, shall we? Maybe something along the lines of stealth or perception or sleight of hand, something that you could justifiably use to do this.
Stealth?
Sorry, not stealth. Survival
Damn
or survival, perception, sleight of hand you could use.
Okay, I'll try sleight of hand then. 16.
The first one says, just whisper my name, and I will be there. In common.
Just whisper my name and I will be there. Does anyone want the name? But no, not me. I am already here.
It's worth a
This
shot.
made me think of a song that I once heard some bards sing. Say my name when no one is around you. I can't remember how the rest goes.
So what, did we have a name? Or is it literally Strahd? I don't fancy him turning up right now.
It's just like one of those things where you say it 3 times and then they appear.
Don't know who, so maybe we shouldn't be whispering anything.
I kind of want to see what happens. Though we have no name.
Yes.
Are there any other names on this at all, or?
No names, just different ones. Another one says, I always hope to be taller.
I'm gonna laugh at that one.
Oh, that's ominous.
Sucker.
Do any of the gravestones look different from each other? Or are they all kind of the same?
Give me a perception roll. They all look fairly similar.
I have my advantage that I'm supposed to be.
Yes, you do. So on a 17, well remembered. Thank you for that, Kelly. And also thank you to those people that I never thanked for donations. Likes the villain, Malhadale,
Thank you.
possibly
20s?
Deirdre as well. Yeah, you have 2 nat 20s. I also have a nat 1. You guys can call on me at some point.
Save it for Strahd.
On a 17, you can see some of the graves look more likely to have been turned over than others.
Sorry, didn't you always wish you had been taller?
Well, I was always quite happy with my height until this one got taller.
I'd whisper your name at you already here.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I think Talia's gonna go look at the closest grave that looks like it's been recently upturned. Can she tell, like, how recently?
Not really. All of the air is quite moist here because of the heavy fog. It's difficult to tell, but you can tell that some of them have never been dug up and others have been.
Bob runs over with his paper to Talia and gives her the paper and the charcoal for these ones. Like, go on, you try.
And I guess she's going to try and see if she can get anything off of one of the ones that's been upturned specifically.
This one says he lived by the sword and died by the sword.
Well, that one at least mentions a sword.
Is there
That one that says sword?
Mm-hmm.
Let's dig it up. I mean, it's worth a shot.
he lived and died by it? Does that mean he has it?
Well, if I know one thing about people who own swords, is sometimes they get way too attached to them and they want to be buried with them. And it's really weird when honestly they could just like sell it and then use that money for something else.
See,
It's not really
this
because
is
they're
why she's
dead.
smart.
Give it to us. Or they could like leave their sword in their house, and then when they're dead and there's no one in their house, then we could still give it to us. And it's a lot of us. Lots of us in that. Definitely.
So are we digging him up now?
Do we have anything to dig him up with?
Like, Bob looks down at his tabaxi paws and is like,
Do we want to be digging up graves in the middle of the night?
I'd rather do it in the day.
It
Grave
seems like
digging is quintessentially like a nighttime activity.
What if we're digging up someone's grandma? They're not going to want to see that first thing in the morning with their coffee.
I'm not gonna want to see that.
I mean, I can try. Am I digging?
I think while they're talking about digging up graves, Talia would want to maybe like reach out to her goddess again for just
Same
comfort.
slime. You try and reach through.
And think she'd want to use her divine sense.
Okay, yeah.
As a message from the goddess to see if there's anything.
Can you ping Divine Sense for me? If not, I can get it. That's fine.
I don't like this.
Guys, it's raining. It's gonna soak us through to the bone.
We could just go sleep and
I
ask
can't get it.
someone.
That's not
That-
rain. That's
You don't want to
just
dig it a little bit?
heavy mist.
Do you?
You know, you do that changing thing a lot. Do you think you could turn into a shovel? And then me and Suri could, like, use you
Dig.
to dig.
He sort of ponders for a second, and you can see him sort of wince and shake a little bit, and he's like, no.
Are you saying no because you don't want to, or because you really don't think you could?
I'm saying no, partially because I don't think I can, and no for the second time is I don't want to be manhandled by 2 halflings.
Oh,
Well, the truth now comes out.
Strahd, I couldn't get it to do what it normally does, but I just copied and pasted it into the Roll20 chat.
Yeah, I found it as well on my phone. So there is no evil here, but there is a lot of evil around. There is an absence of evil in this graveyard.
In this particular graveyard. So she's going to, I guess, she's going to look at Bob and she's like, I don't sense anything odd here. So I guess we dig.
Thalia says we dig. And Bob starts to dig, just outright. He's basically been told what to do.
Digging will take several hours. This is 6-foot gravestones.
can we help and, like, lessen the time?
Yeah. Using hands.
Is anyone keeping watch?
Hey, I've got my headband on and I got further sight and stuff because of it. I'll keep watch.
Oh, it's fine. Leave me for all the hard work. I see how it is. And dig with my
It's
little
been
hand.
a hard day.
Like, Bob is on all
We
fours
tried
and
this
just
morning.
scrabbling at the front with his paws, and probably, if people don't move, they will be showered in soil.
Talia's gonna look around and see if there's anything that can help them with this. Like,
Oh yeah, this shovel's leaning against the wall.
she's gonna grab a shovel.
Bob does
God,
not.
dirt caked under my nails, and she
And
just
I imagine this is like they're both kind of like digging, and Talia just like looks around and goes and picks up the shovel and just starts. Like, she doesn't like.
Bob looks up and sees the shovel and just looks over to Sophie like,
Do we talk of this?
and then he goes back to just.
Whoa, wait! I want one of that. Where do you get that?
Like-
She just kind of gestures over to the wall.
Wait, yeah.
Oh, nice. She pulls herself out of what they have dug so far, just wiping her hands, just grumbling and like halfling, just going picking up a shovel.
Can I please have one roll from one of you? On a d20.
Okay, I'll do that. Two.
You dig 6 feet down, you find an old, decrepit coffin with an old corpse inside. There is no sword.
Well, we've definitely dug up someone's grandma.
If you look, clearly, I wonder if all of these dug up graves have been because other people are looking.
Could be.
You know what? You know, that would have been nice if you would have had that thought process before we dug the hole.
Bob just starts filling the hole back in.
And she looks at them and she's like, well, I found the shovel, didn't I?
Yeah, after this.
Her nails.
Make me a con save, Sophie.
Oh, come on. Okay. Shit. Here's my constitution. What's my save on that? 0.
Is it a nat 20? Nat 20? Somehow, you are complaining about nothing. Your nails are pristine. You just have, like, a little bit of dirt under one.
Aw, it's not a cool 20. Okay.
Such a drama queen as he just starts pulling.
Hey, there could be germs in this, and I could get some kind of infection, all right? Maybe.
Okay.
If you
Fine.
didn't
You
die from
almost
the
died this morning. You'll be fine.
if you didn't die from the crossbow bolt in your back, I think you're gonna be fine.
All right, well, you use that perception of yours, fancy lady. Go find us a grave that hasn't been dug up.
Bob stands, like, expectantly just waiting.
And she's gonna look around, and you said that there's none of the tombstones look any different. So I guess she's just gonna go to the nearest one that hasn't been dug up and start digging.
Okay.
Talia's not the wisest. The shovel was all she got, man.
Roll me straight d20. Do you all help? You dig this hole?
Bob is watching. Like, just
Yeah,
sort of wants to see what she does first, because he's never seen her really do manual labor before.
You get to the bottom. This is an empty grave, a phantom grave. There's no one buried here.
Okay.
Sophie's gonna start clapping.
Oh, that's rude.
Maybe we should just go to the tavern, have a sleep, have a snooze, and talk to the crazy man you said who cleans clean glasses.
I mean, we're here. We found the freaking graveyard. Let's just
What?
try again.
There's a lot of graves here, Dahlia.
There are
How many
10.
graves are there here?
10.
10. There's only 10, and we've done 2. And we know how
Only
many of them have
10.
been dug up.
6 now, including the 2 you dug up. 1 redug up.
So there's only 4 left
That haven't been dug up ever.
that haven't ever been dug up.
Well, there's
theory.
4 of us.
What if
Everybody
it's
take a shovel.
someone digging to put it in there, not digging to find it?
You just made things so much more complicated.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Can I check to make sure I haven't seen anything yet?
Sure. Roll me a d6, please.
I don't think
Okay.
we're gonna be welcome in the tavern after this.
Kind of smell like dirt.
And like Bob looks at you and he is caked in it because he's been like doing it with his hands, just like just looks at you.
That was a 3.
On a 3, I'm afraid nothing really happens. You're getting quite bored.
Talia's like angry and like frustrated and tired.
Sorry, you want to switch? You want to dig?
No, you've got this. I've had a rough day. Being a werewolf or on my way to being a werewolf is hard business.
It's fine. You know, I died this morning. I'll just keep digging.
Talia's gonna dig again. Like, on a
I'll
mission.
go to another grave and dig a different one as well.
You're digging
Oh.
different ones.
Yes.
Could you each roll me a d20, please?
12.
We both
bo-
rolled a 12.
You both rolled 12s. you both find average graves, average bodies, and average coffins.
From down in the 6-foot hole. What are you gonna tell you?
Nothing.
Shit!
Appearance on some level, even in Barovia, this is wrong.
Hop out. Go to the next one over.
Roll again. Roll
Are
again.
are there any elven names
That's a 4.
on these?
There are no elven names. As you try sketching, if you try like stenciling some more, one says they had no hope. Another says damned eternally.
Oh.
So is that describing us, or?
Talia,
Better luck next time.
Talia's going. I don't even know if we're rolling for this sword. We could be rolling for monsters.
I got a 4, by the way, Scrat, for the grave.
Sorry.
I got a 4 for the next grave.
Then what? You've already dug the next one?
Oh yeah, I said I was gonna go roll. I was gonna go dig another one. You told me
Oh
to roll a
yeah,
D10.
yeah. Four. Yeah, no, you don't find another. You find another grave with just.
She's gonna take like the femur bone of this body, and just chuck it out in anger. Ah!
As you do this, the mist parts a little and the moon shines down on you, Suri. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Bob is making his way, just sort of like brushing all the dirt off himself and making his way over to the gallows.
And Talia's gonna follow. She had a very similar idea, if not at least for a place to sit.
So you guys are just gonna go sit on the gallows?
No, Bob's gonna have a look around the gallows. They call dead people.
Ooh.
Have been.
And they said it was the thief, and maybe he was hung here.
Nat 20.
Oh yeah, you're.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
the moon comes out. You're just like.
So bright.
Like, if there's a trap door, Bob will open it.
Yeah. As you open it, the hinge is old and rusted. As soon as you put any weight on it, it just snaps and falls to the floor.
Are there any like?
All of the timbers creak and groan as though old.
Can I just investigate, like, look around it in general?
Yes, please do.
$19.
Next to the gibbet is a piece of ground that looks as though it has been dug but a long time ago. Almost as though it hasn't been dug for a long time.
As I say, 'cause if it's just lying there. Bob, without any hesitation, just walks over and starts digging. No mention to anyone else. He just starts digging.
And what are Sophie and Talia doing in this time?
Just gonna jump over to the next grave.
Well, Talia followed Bob over by the gallows. I feel like she wouldn't miss Bob digging into the ground, and would try to help.
Sophie,
I'm actually gonna take the hand of the skeleton that I just saw.
Sophie, please make me another roll 20, another d20 check.
It's a 4 again.
Oh my god.
Bob, please make me a d20 check.
God. It's a 5.
As you begin digging, you find a hand. This grave is very, very deep.
Like a fleshy hand, or
No, an
skin?
old skeletal hand.
Okay.
As though it had been discarded and not in a marked grave.
Well, perhaps this is our thief. I think you should, and she sort of looks over. He looks over to the graveyard. I think you should tell Sophie to stop. Maybe
She's over there,
she'll
like
be back in.
cursing
Like,
with
I'm
an
seeing,
arm, just.
I'm literally seeing dirt fly, and I'm like, please stop, Talia.
And I don't think Talia wants to like call out right now, but she will go walk back over there.
Fill them back in. Talia.
Right.
Why don't you both make me another d20 check?
We have not 20s.
It's a 9.
It's an 18.
Right, you dig a little deeper into this unmarked grave, and you begin to see light shining through the soil as there are many, many bodies buried here. And soon you find a sword that looks as though it is made of sunlight.
And Bob reaches out. And the temptation to go da da da. I won't. Like, picks up the sword and is sort of just looking at it. He hasn't said anything. He's literally just looking at it, like.
And Talia's wandered off to go tell them to stop digging. So,
Like, literally, Bob is just stood there looking at it.
Sophie, sir, Bob found another grave that seems thiefy. I don't think that's a word.
Phoebe?
Well, they said that it was a thief, right? And so we went over by the gallows, and there was another. Just stop digging and come on. Come on.
If you look over the wall, you'll see Bob just holding a sword and like looking at it.
She's like 6 feet in the ground. Help!
And Talia reaches down and pulls her up.
Alright, she still has the arm with her that she was digging with, and she just tosses it to the side.
With how bored and tired Suri was, she's going to like kind of be just still staring off into the distance, just making sure like no one's there still, like
Noticing this, I'm gonna pick the hand back up and go up behind Suri and just like put it on her shoulder.
Guys. And God damn it, Sophie!
I got you! That's one
Fifth time. It
Ah!
was not funny the 5th time, and it's still not funny the 13th time.
Oh, it'll be so funny the 14th time, though.
Talia's trying not to laugh.
Whoa, what's Bob doing?
Bob, as you pull this sword out of the ground, you realise it is just a hilt with a small piece of glowing blade on it.
Oh my god, it's broken.
It is, it looks as though this has been broken deliberately.
What do you got, Bob?
You have a hilt, made of, platinum hilt and guard. It looks as though the blade may have been made of crystal.
And then he just sort of looks over and glances at all of you if you're looking. So, I think this is it.
Doesn't look like a sword. It looks like a piece of a sword.
Yeah, it's a little small.
Maybe it was for a small person.
Looks at Suri. Looks back.
There could be more in there. And can like Bob just double check everything? Like whether it's digging a bit deeper or something like that. Can I dig a bit deeper, please?
Bob wants to double check to see if
Yeah.
there's anything else in there.
Yeah, you can dig deeper. There's several bones.
Is there any more of the sword?
No.
Okay.
As though the
Guys.
sword has been separated from the,
And he's sort of like flicking it just to listen to the metal.
I think we have to call it a night, guys.
I think we should rebury the bodies first. I don't want to turn up at the tavern covered in mud with our sword and loads of bodies.
The sun begins to rise.
Do it quickly.
Suri's gonna like frantically like start just like tossing like maybe them probably not into the right graves. Just
like Bob is just on all fours, like doing the Scrabble thing to get as much dirt back into the.
Sophie sort of went crazy and dug up loads of bodies. Answering chat, how many bodies did they dig up? Lots.
I think Sophie dug like 4 graves just by herself at the end. Or 3.
Like
Yeah,
almost all of
3.
them.
Yeah. She did 3 by herself at the end, and then she helped Bob with like 2.
So that happened.
So once that's like Bob will probably, he's got a long scarf wrapped around his neck. It's quite a heavy one that wraps all the way around, and he'll just take it off and start wrapping the sword up in it. I don't think everyone's going to want to know we have this.
But we have to figure out where the rest of it is, I guess.
Siri, something is coming. Please
Something's coming.
roll me a d12 and a d20 and a d8.
oh gosh, okay. 7 for the D8. 4 for the D12.
Please roll me 3d6.
Five, 6, and 2.
5, 6, and 2, that's 13. I wouldn't say someone is coming so much as something is coming, such as
No.
13 wolves making their way down the passage towards you. A pack.
Which way are they coming from?
They are coming from the southwest road.
Which... Like, is that between us and town? Or is that from the other direction?
They are coming from the other direction.
Talia's gonna look at everybody and be like, I think we run now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are the chances that we run and it makes them really mad?
Okay, let's walk really quickly.
Bob has sort of put an arm out in front of Talia, is slowly making her back up.
Suri's just like kind of tugging at Bob's like coat, like
He's like, it's
Oh, wait,
okay. Just all stand behind me. And
Okay.
back up slowly.
I'm gonna pick up the hand again.
Turn your back on them.
You've been keeping your eye on them the whole time?
yeah.
We need...
Then
I
you
was
will
gonna say-
see 3 padding towards you as the others slink off into the trees.
They circle, that's what the man said.
They distract us, and Talia's gonna turn around and want to try and watch the ones that went into the trees. I imagine she's like back to back with Bob.
Please make me a perception check. Anyone who wants to look at the wolves, please make me a perception check.
Oh
Yes.
gosh, yes please.
Yes. I would like to look at them and glare at them.
Oh no.
Oh, there's... them other wolves seem to have disappeared, Bob. There's
That
just
one.
the 3 wolves on the path.
See, look,
And
they're all
unfortunately, that also uses up
15?
your advantage.
Oh, does it?
17.
You also, Siri and Sophie, you also have advantages to use up.
I'm gonna go with my roll of 17.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I'll use it just in case. Yeah, because that's even better because that was a nat 20 with my advantage.
Yeah, with advantages, we just use them up as quick as possible because otherwise they
Yeah.
just stack up.
Oh, okay. Then
So-
yeah, I'll do another one then. Okay,
Bob
14 was my other one.
So 17. Lovely.
So
So
Yeah.
Bob's looking around and just like, oh, they
Uh,
left.
Yep. Bob, they left. Pretty much everyone else. No, Talia, you're finding it hard to track. You can tell there are wolves in the forest somewhere. Siri, you are being surrounded most definitely. Sophie, your Nat 20 will come into play shortly. What do you want to do?
Is there... Wait, sorry, you go. You go, Talia.
I got nothing.
Oh, okay. Is there anything like a catacomb in this, like, graveyard? Like, you know, a taller grave
Or
kind of thing?
trees.
Or trees?
Looks like we got a new
Mostly
friend.
trees. They seem to have been pushing you away from the graveyard towards the wooded area near the forest. Maybe they're trying to back you up towards the forest. Could be. Towards the river, maybe?
Oh, lordy.
Sneaky little bastards.
What you worried about? They're gone.
Sophie, congratulations.
Looks like we
Your
got a new
Nat 20
friend.
allows you to see the wolves as they pounce from the sides towards you. You may take a turn this round as the wolves attack. Everyone please roll initiative, but the wolves get a free turn.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my god. Okay.
We didn't
Jesus.
sleep, so I can't
Ah.
Also, did you guys all sleep last night? You did get sleep, didn't you?
No.
Oh,
It
dear.
hasn't been. We haven't had a night. Like that was
Yeah.
the night we dug up graves.
And with
instead.
getting shot in the morning and traveling to Barovia and then traveling to the village and then traveling
I'm technically full health because my full health is 5.
you are full health, but you do also have one level of exhaustion.
Exhaustion. I saw that coming, Scrub.
Alright.
So, on this turn, Rachel, you do have a turn this turn. You see them coming. Your Nat 20 gives you a turn.
Alright. So they're like on us.
There's 3 behind you, leaving 10 remaining. They pretty much are coming 5 and 5 from the sides.
Alright. Then I guess as quickly as she can, she'll pull out like her little crossbow, short bow thing, and just shoot the closest one. Try to hit it right between the eyes or something. I don't know.
Please
see
do.
how that goes. So 16 plus 5 for my short bow to hit. 21 total.
21 total. Yes.
Yeah.
That is a solid hit. Please roll for damage.
1d6 plus 3, and that's a 4 plus 3. 7 damage.
7. So the wolf is bloodied immediately as you strike it solidly.
Just be like, guys, now!
Bob,
Yes.
does this hit you? 22.
Oh, it might do.
Yes. The wolf isn't going to roll damage. Instead, it's going to hamstring you.
Right.
It
Ow.
bites your hamstring, snapping and ripping into the muscle. So Bob falls to the ground.
Yeah, he screams as you do this. Like it's like a half like cat yowl because he's still in tabaxi form, but he screams as he falls to the floor.
Sophie, does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
Suri, how about 21?
Yeah.
Suri, the wolf attacks you. And then as soon as it sinks its teeth into your leg, just backs the fuck off. All of the wolves suddenly looking at Suri begin backing away.
Suri's going to be like cursing like a sailor. The reaction of getting like bitten. And then seeing them back away, she's like, yeah,
That's right. I have a mouth of a sailor, and she just keeps like yelling like the worst of curse words. They don't like swearing.
First one turns tail and runs. Then they all turn tail and run. Bob, you have been downed.
Yeah,
I mean, I
Bob,
can roll damage on that if we want, just to make sure, but I'm fairly sure you're down.
I would say so.
7?
I'm not quite down.
Not quite down. Okay, but you're hurt?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm hurt. I'm sort of really probably yelling about my leg a lot, sort of swearing, but they say it's more just pained noises.
Okay.
Like Bob is trying to get up. He's just like.
And Talia's gonna go to Bob, but there's nothing she can do.
He's like, I'm fine. It's fine. Then every time he tries to stand up, he almost falls over again. I am fine. I will walk. It's fine. Just find me a stick or something. Like, but like every now and then you see him
First,
really.
Talia's gonna try and pick him up.
And he's just like,
See if she can
I
carry
don't need picking up. It's fine.
Will you let me help you?
No. And he's like trying to find a stick or something.
I'm gonna offer Bob the arm that I have that is definitely not long enough.
I was gonna say, and he takes it and looks at it, and then looks at you almost like out of desperation of, no, and puts it down.
Bob, please let me help you.
Okay, just do it quickly.
And so I think Talia's gonna try and help Bob up, and maybe not pick him up to damage his pride, but see if he can like lean on her and walk slowly. And she's gonna be just heading back towards town.
Yes, so as the sun begins to rise higher in the sky, it's probably around midday, you guys will arrive at Barovia, crossing the bridge and heading into the town proper. No one walks the streets.
I decided I hate wolves, and I hate quiet streets, and I hate and ow.
Are you okay, Sylvie?
Me, what about you?
It's nothing. It's fine. How is your leg?
It should be important to note, as I say the sun rises, heavy mist still covers everything. The sunlight here is dim. It's almost as though it's just like a lighter form of night. You can tell it's daytime, you can see the difference, but it's very dark still. Very much like a misty day rather than a daylight. Carry on.
I'm gonna grab Sori's arm and like put it around my shoulder, try to like lift her up a little bit as we walk through town.
Suri's gonna accept very like happily, just like, yeah. But it's a bit more of a struggle than usual because of her being a bit tall.
Bob is grumbling. He's just like, can we just find somewhere for me to sit down and sort out my leg?
Yeah, let's
Found
go
you at a
find a
tavern,
weird
didn't we?
innkeeper.
Yeah.
I will take on the innkeeper if I have to. I need to sort out my leg.
Okay, it's that one.
Mhm.
Okay. And he pretends that he doesn't need help, though he is really leaning on Talia, like he's got an arm around her, and he's just like, come on.
And
And he
Talia's
tries to
gonna
lead.
is like letting him, like she doesn't want to, like she wants him to think that she doesn't think that he needs the help.
Yeah. He fully believes it. He thinks he's doing this all himself. And he sort of strolls in and walks, just pushes the door open to the tavern.
A man standing, he's about halfway along this shelf of glasses, taking one and wiping it. Said, "Evening." Copper a cup, silver a pitcher.
Pitcher. And he slams the silver down and goes to find like a stool to sit down by.
Pitcher.
Yeah, silver a pitcher. And he starts pouring pitchers of wine.
And he's just like, as he just starts to pull like where his trouser leg is, pulling it up to try and see.
He's cleaning beer glasses. He never offers anyone beer.
So is he just giving me wine?
Yes, a pitcher of wine.
And Bob looks at it before he holds it up, and then quickly, do you not serve beer here?
Copper a cup, silver a pitcher.
You're cleaning beer glasses.
Yes, gotta keep the place clean.
Like, Bob is also okay. He's had too much and he just necks this thing, this pitcher of wine, just to try and numb this pain that is searing through his leg right now. Is this like a proper big pitcher? Like,
a man in the corner sits sipping his wine. He beckons to you, offering you to join him.
like Bob has necked this entire pitcher of wine, and is like, okay. And he looks over at the man in the corner. He's like, not in a minute. It's fine. I need another pitcher. Talia, I need another pitcher. I can still feel my leg.
I don't think any amount of wine is going to help you not feel.
Yes, it is.
Maybe we could like get like a needle and like a thread, and we could just kind of
do
sew
not
it up.
touch my leg.
Please, you are not from Barovia. I invite you to join me.
Hey, you talk about cleaning cups too, weirdo.
No, I'm the Burgomaster's son, Ismark. I will pay for your wine whilst you sit with me.
Bob immediately is like, fine, and he tries to stand up on his own and sort of staggers in between the tables.
And Talia catches
it there, and sort of sits himself down. And he looks at Talia. He's like, I know I don't normally ask, but please, can I have a chair for my leg?
And Talia she's like, yeah. And she grabs a chair and
because he never asks for anything.
Like,
he just doesn't. He's never asked for anything before. He's like, thank you, and he lifts it up, and he's like, as he does.
Eric, put down the glasses. Bring another pitcher of wine. You better bring 4. You received that injury on the road?
Wolves.
I did.
I don't know much in the way of healing, but I suggest you go to the church. Someone there will likely be able to heal you. No, I beckon you here because it would seem that you at least know a little of combat. You seem to have survived a wolf encounter. I am seeking help.
As am I.
Not that kind of help. Like I said, the church should serve you well. I am looking for aid protecting my adopted sister, Irina Kolyana.
Right.
I wish to escort her to Valakai.
Where now?
It's a settlement in the heart of the valley, beyond Castle Ravenloft. And I hope beyond the reach of the devil Strahd.
Okay, fine. Like, Bob has gone beyond caring. He's just doing whatever he can to get out right now. Has this other pitcher arrived? He necks it. He just immediately downs it again, because I'm assuming his leg is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I think Talia has sat down kind of near Bob, and when these pictures arrive, I imagine her as like pouring herself a small glass. um, and she says, "Well, sir, as you can see, we're not in the best shape at the moment. I'm not sure we can be helping much of anyone."
Tell me, you are new here, yes?
Yes.
Are you... Did you receive our notice to seal off the area? Did you come here to... as part of a dare or some other foolhardiness?
Oh, there was a dude on a cart with some weird colored fire, and he started telling us stuff, and he gave us wine, and he looks over at Tally. He was kind of a prick, right? Like we wanted him to leave the town, but then he he was kind of cool. He was all right. I didn't think he was that bad. And then he told us about some guy named Strahd while we were having a joyride on the cart, and then we were here, and we can't really leave.
We sent messages to the it's impossible for anyone to leave. We have learnt since, but we did send messengers before we learnt this. All but one returned. I had hoped he had made it out with his letter to seal the area off, so we would not see any more new faces. And you might remember, Sophie and Suri, when Suri first turned, you found a cart with a note in it. And the note was describing exactly what he's saying, asking powerful priests to seal off the area.
Oh. Well, we maybe came across something like that.
We come across many things.
You encountered this warning and came here anyway. Either you are brave adventurers beyond imagining, or more foolhardy than anyone that ever lived.
Bob isn't glaring at the guy, but he's staring at him more to focus on something other than the pain in his leg, and just reaches over if there's another picture on the table.
Tell me though, adventurers, will you help me shift Irina to the...
Who is she? What does she do?
She is my adopted half-sister.
And why is she adopted?
Well, she's my half-sister, sorry.
Who are your parents?
My father is the burgomaster.
Okay, Bob is just running things off now. He's just trying to say something other than think about his leg. Okay. We go to the valley beyond the Ravenloft place.
When are you hoping to do this? Clearly we...
At a time that is convenient. She is vulnerable when outside of our compound, our household.
Well, clearly we've... She looks at Bob. She's like, we have a lot on our plate right now. But if... Can you provide us some information on how to reach back out to you? I'd hate to see... I hate to see anyone hurt.
You could pop by the burgomaster's mansion at any time. Do you have a map yet?
No.
These I can provide you. Here is a map of Barovia, the village, and I will mark on it where the church is, where we are now, and where my father's mansion is.
Thank you.
I look forward to your help.
Can I go to the church now, please?
I think it best if you do take your friend to the church.
Thank you. And he grabs the last picture, and if there's anything left, he's just gonna chuck it back down again. He doesn't. This leg hurts.
And Talia's gonna look at at Suri and Sophie and be like, I know we all want to rest, but we have to help Bob, and maybe
We rest afterwards.
yeah. And she.
I mean, you can all
Yeah,
stay here.
I
I
think-
will go. I will go to. I will go to the church on my own. And he sort of gets up
Whoa,
But
whoa. Do
Talia's
you
already
think it's a good idea?
to go to the church. Yes, I want my leg
I
fixed.
think we should all go.
Excuse me, barkeep.
Yeah, cup is fine.
Yes.
Cup.
No. Do you have a stick? Please.
I've got a crutch.
Could I have it, please? I would bring it back.
Yes, you can borrow my crutch.
Thank you. And Bob sort of leans over to the bar, more sort of dragging his leg than anything, and holds a hand out for it.
He passes you the crutch and then nods at Talia, still dressed in her finery despite the mud, and says, thank you for your patronage.
You're welcome.
I never thought Ismark would, anyway.
No, go, continue, go on.
No, best of luck to you, madam. It's, about time he started, seeing young women again.
Bob immediately glares over the bar at this guy. He's like, she is not some young woman for Ismark to see.
I didn't mean anything.
And then Bob realizes he's just being an arse because he hurts and he's probably had a bit too much to drink. He's like, I'm sorry. I will bring back your crutch. I'm going to the church. And he just starts, like, he's really leaning on this crutch, and he starts making his way to the door.
And as Talia does, she follows and she tries to get in front of Bob and open the door for him.
Yeah. You get there just in time.
So as you guys leave, you can make your way across to the church. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft. Castle Ravenloft, by the way, sits above a mighty stone overlooking Barovia at all times. Anytime you look up, you can see it silhouetted against the moonlight, against the mist. Massive castle. And at the roots stands a grey, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and flickering light shines through the holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load.
Oh, this looks nice.
Pretty. In a eerie sort of way.
Is this like just a generic church, or can Talia tell like who it's to?
Good question. You know, it seems to just be a generic church.
So Talia's gonna try and like dust as much of herself off as she can. And enter.
The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Well,
Well,
this
that's
is
unnerving.
positive. And Bob just pushes the door open and strides in, dragging his leg as he goes. Hello. Like, as he just sort of almost like sings it through the hall, just like, Anybody? I would really like my leg to get fixed now.
Hello. A sort of old portly man. He's an overweight man who looks gaunt. A man, there's just too much of him that's been spread too thin. Jowls hang loosely. His neck hangs slightly. There's a gaunt sunkenness to his eyes, and he's prayers to the founders, gods, hymns to the dawn, the morning lord. Is important.
Yes. Excuse me. Are you the priest here?
The blade of truth, the uses of logic in war against the Biolicist heresies, fought against the Ultimate Inquisition, the strange book, the logical exercises, and the lurid descriptions.
Is everybody mad
What?
here?
The Undercroft, not been fed since the Undercroft entered.
I bet he had some of the weird tea from what's her face.
Probably related.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
my.
buddy, are you okay?
Oh my. And he offers his hands up to your leg and begins just running his hand against the muscle. And as he runs his hand against the muscle, it's like he smooths it out, and it eventually reaches up towards the top of the femur again and rejoins, and he begins to heal the skin back. And but all the time, there's the funeral for the burgomaster Indirevich's body, fortunes, the hymns of the dawn and the morning lord, blank parchment with quills and dried up ink jars.
And Bob just looks down at his leg, and is it basically like fixed completely? Can he move it, or does he still need the crutch?
It is. You can use it. It's good.
And he sort of flexes his leg, like up and down on its toe, and then onto its heel, and says, "Thank you, sir." And then he tries to bring his sternness sort of back into his voice and hide the relief. He's like,
young woman with many eyes. The bedroom is the room, the headboard, the sun. Praise the sun. The sun needs praising. The sun sword was forged in the sound of the thing.
"Oh, do you mean this?" And he unwraps the blade and presents it to the priest.
He quickly draws a 7-pointed star, which is geometrically impossible. But he does it very quickly. He there's the sword broken, the blade snapped. Strahd, the devil Strahd. There's no sword destroyed the sword, but the body of the apprentice was found in the woods.
Wait, so Strahd broke this thing, but
I couldn't really tell much behind the mumbling. Have you heard of enunciation?
Enunciation, elocution, and execution. Common is execution.
Excuse
the hanging, but the rich and burgomasters, they get the execution.
Priest man who healed my leg. Excuse me.
Ismark and Irina made
And
the
he sort of
coffin
pokes him a little bit with the crutch that he's still holding. He's like, "Excuse me. Where is the other half of this sword?"
Ismark and Irina made the coffin themselves.
You're not, and this doesn't faze Bob. He's just like, "Oh, okay."
Are you talking about the Burgermeister's son?
Screams in the Undercroft, screams. Help me, father, I'm hungry, help me. I'm starving.
Screaming?
I just wanted my leg fixed. And he's still like quite happy how it is. He's sort of bending it a bit more.
You guys-
Talia wants to look around. Like, I think she's looking around. What's the state of this church? Like, could she see if there
Oh.
was like?
Run down. Not well cared for.
Is there?
Would you like to
Like,
look around? Like look around?
yeah.
again?
She wants to look around and see. Like, I think she's looking for two things. I think she's
So-
looking for.
All of this has happened so far in the hall. It's a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see the chapel is strewn with debris, and you can hear a soft voice from. Oh no, he's already doing that. Every now and again, you might hear an inhuman scream from below the floor.
That's uncomfortable.
Wait, hey. Is there something down there?
I'm hungry, Father.
Something down there hungry? You've said that a couple of times.
No,
Is there like
the sword, the coffin, the sword, the coffin.
Sword, coffin, undercroft, paper, inkwells, hungry father. What is he on about?
Boarded up and barricaded from the inside.
Suri's gonna reach down in like her pocket and like pull out the candy that the like old lady gave them earlier and like hand it over to him like, well, if you're hungry.
I'm trying to give up, thank you.
Oh, see, that made sense.
Can we go down there?
Go down
Do
where?
we want to go
No,
down
we
there?
don't go anywhere. Nowhere at all. He begins to just shuffle away towards the chapel. You can see this the brightly lit chapel. He begins walking back towards it where a candle is still lit. And so long as none of you stop him, he goes to kneel back down and begins praying with a hoarse voice. His voice is incredibly hoarse, in fact. You get the impression he's not speaking loudly or clearly because he's been non-stop praying for a long time.
I think Talia would go to the chapel and look around and see if she could see any. Well, first I think she would want to see if she could light another candle.
The chapel is a shambles, with overturned broken pews littering the dusty floor, dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar behind which the priest now kneels in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower.
I would like to pull that rope.
As you approach the rope from beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I'm starving! Please help me."
Right, you
Bob
guys heard that, right?
will round and look at the priest.
Have you not fed your son?
What is sorry. Like, and Bob's like, what is your son doing? And Bob looks back at the others like,
Hold
"What
on,
is
I'll wake him
wrong
up. She's gonna
with
just
me?"
like grab this rope with both her little halfling hands and just pull it down.
Yeah, do you know, I guess it rings? Hang on. Make me a roll.
Okay.
Athletics, maybe?
Let's see if I can reach the rope. I can't lie about this. I
3 in a row. Well, not even in a row, but just 3 in an even.
But-
You're slaying it.
my athletic -1.
Unfortunately, this is one of them rolls where you can roll too high.
Oh no.
As you pull the rope and it sort of snags for a moment and then stops being snagged as there's a sort of like creaking and crash sound from above, and suddenly the rope goes very slack and begins pulling around you very quickly, and as you look up you can see a bell flying towards you.
How fast can I run out of the way?
Did Bob throw himself like towards Sophie to get her out of the way?
If Bob wishes to sacrifice themselves in that manner,
It's more that Bob would just do it. It's an instinct.
contested dex saving throws.
Okay.
I have a good dex. I can get out of the way.
Bob would genuinely throw himself to put, and he got 16.
Do you want me to do a dex save or just Bob?
Up to you, Sophie. Would you try and dodge out of the way?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Wait, with my really good sight, would I
21.
maybe... Oh, you got a 21? Cool. I was going to say, like, with my good sight, would I maybe, like, just, like, push her out the way, like, ah!
My dexterity is good.
So, Sophie, you roll out of the way, and just as you do roll, you see Bob dive to where you were trying to push you.
Am I under the bell?
The bell lands on the ground with an almighty gong sound. It immediately cracks up one side. Bob, please. You will have been healed by a thing. Please take another.
Hang on. So am I fully healed?
You were, yes. Please take 4 psychic damage as the ringing in your ears permeates your body. Your whole body seems to vibrate with this loud.
Yeah, Bob is because he's got extra large tabaxi ears on him right now, so he folds them right down and he's just like shaking as he, goes.
You know, tabaxi ears have 27 nerves for discerning exactly where sounds come from. And now all of them are ringing.
Yes. And he is like and he goes to sit down like in a pew, and he just sits down and puts his head between his knees and holds his ear. He can't hear anything other than this ringing.
Sorry. Okay. Oh. Is Bob okay?
I don't think so. And Talia's gonna rush to Bob and try and, I don't know.
Okay. Oh no.
Place a hand on his shoulder and try and comfort him somewhat.
He sort of acknowledges you're there, but he won't let go of his ears. Like it's like he's trying to press his ears into his head as hard as he can so it stops ringing, and he's just like he can't comprehend anything that's around him right now.
I think Talia checks on the cat. We haven't checked on the cat.
He was carried by Bob.
Poor cat's probably also sitting there like,
just like, what is wrong with
It's
you?
just like kind of catatonic.
catatonic cat. Well,
So I think Talia tries. She knows that Bob really likes the cat. She's gonna try and put the freaked out cat with the freaked out cat man.
Depending on how the cat is feeling, Bob will just be sort of curling up over the cat as well to try and see how they're both sort of. He can't cope with it. It's almost like a comfort thing. He's like, yep, okay, just protect that thing and it'll be fine. Like he doesn't know where he is really at the moment. Yeah.
So we've got
Scrat, we're just checking on the other cat. How is the other cat? We've put it on Bob's lap, and Bob has sort of encircled it because I don't know how it's feeling.
The other cat.
Our cat.
Oh,
The cat.
the cat that I completely forgotten about. Yeah, the other cat's alright. Chilling, being a dick. Like, you're trying to make sure it's okay and love it, and it's just scratching you.
Yeah, Bob is not even feeling these scratches right now.
It's buffing you. It's doing the thing where it's on its back and it's like...
Sorry, Bob.
And he's just shaking his head. He can't hear you, I'm guessing. I'm guessing his ears are ringing so badly he can't hear anything.
Oh, God. Okay.
Barbara, is everything okay up there?
Hello?
Yes, totally fine. No bells broken. Everyone in one piece.
I'm so hungry. You there? Can you help me? I'm so hungry.
Who are you?
My name's Juro. My father, the priest, Donovich, he locked me down here some time ago. He's quite mad.
Why did he do that?
He's lost his mind.
So are you like tied up or anything? Because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't really trust you.
No, I've been locked in the Undercroft. He's just locked the door.
She like looks over at the other two. I can unlock it, but like
I don't
not
know
go
where
in.
it
Just
is.
unlock it and then it's probably down the stairs. Can I unlock the door if I can find it?
We don't know where the door is.
I mean, if you walk around the other rooms, you can soon find Donovich doesn't try and stop you.
Yeah.
First, Talia wants to look around the chapel and just see if there's any like writings anywhere, like Crazy Man, maybe Crazy Man journal.
No, there's other rooms as well. There was 4 other rooms, so there's a couple of bedrooms, one of which looks to be Donovich's and one of which looks to be Doru's, and also there is a trap door in a room, in a third room. The trap door looks to be the one that will lead down into the Undercroft. Oh, there's also an office. I can read you descriptions of anyone that you would like to investigate. So that is your glancing look.
Let's look around first. This place is really weird. Let's just have a look around before we start picking locks. And I think Talia's gonna go to the bedroom that looks like it's the priest's.
This dirty room contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. Next to it rests a small table with an oil lamp burning brightly on it. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden sun-shaped holy symbol.
Wait. So there's she's gonna like open. Are there drawers on the nightstand, or is there just like nothing else?
There's literally nothing else. This room is simple, contains nothing of value.
I'm going to go against Talia's wishes, and when she went to go look into that room, that trap door, can I go investigate that?
Yes, you can investigate.
Yes,
I
Suri's
see
gonna
her
go.
walk away, and I'm like, "Come on, Sarah." Sorry, Talia.
Time and
It's just
neglect
who we are.
have punched holes in the ceiling of this mouldy room, which contain a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. The young man's screams can be heard through the door.
This is totally it. So, shall we? Are we doing this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a guy down there like screaming and stuff. He sounds a little bit more sane than this guy in the front room, so maybe it's
I can
answers.
give him my candy.
Yes, that's
Do you
it.
still have yours?
No, I ate it.
Oh,
Why would I eat it?
that's a good point. Good point. Okay.
Okay. So,
So he's gonna knock on the like trap door.
I'm
hey, bud.
so hungry.
Hey,
We got candy.
you want a candy?
Anything right now. I'm so hungry.
Okay. We're gonna open the door, but just be quiet.
No funny business.
I've got a knife. I'll stab your hand if you try to grab me.
Oh, and so he's gonna like reach and grab her like daggers. Like, oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah. Grab. I will try to lockpick the padlock.
Please roll me your thieves' tools.
All right. Where the? So is that with my sleight of hand? Yes, right.
You should have thieves'
or-
tools as an I. Oh, yeah. You
Yes.
can use sleight of hand. That's fine.
Yeah. Let's see.
Unless you have expertise.
No, so that was a 15 plus my 7 for sleight of hand.
Yeah. So the padlock pops off. You can remove the chain. However, the trapdoor is swollen and stuck in the frame. It needs a bit of a tug to get it open.
All right.
As soon as the chain is removed, the boy beneath stops screaming.
Okay. Here, hold my dagger. So you got 2. I'm gonna pull the door open and just get ready just in case he's like a crazy or something, all right?
Okay.
She's gonna like position herself above the door so she can pull it open and be behind it.
So as you do that, Talia, would you like to search any of the other rooms? You're muted.
Yeah, the boys' bedroom.
This dirty, lightless room contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress mounted above the bed's headboard. Donkeys are aliens. This dirty, lightless room contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden holy symbol.
So it's just about as empty.
Again, nothing of value.
And then I think she's pretty set on making sure that she doesn't miss anything. So she's would want to go back to the office because she's like hoping that there's gonna be like I said, like a journal or something, like log of what's.
And Bob?
Bob is probably just about coming round after having his ears ringing off, and he's sort of trying to focus on things and sort of staggering in the direction of the others, just towards the rooms. He doesn't know where he's going.
Okay. Well, why don't you converge with Talia in the office? An old desk and chair stand against the south wall, a wooden holy symbol mounted above them, a sunburst. A 10-foot-long iron rod attached to the north wall stands bare, suggesting a tapestry once hung there. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors.
So Talia would want to go look in the cabinets.
For its size, the wooden cabinet contains very little. There's a tinderbox inside, a few wooden boxes full of candles, and 2 well-used books, Hymns to the Dawn, a volume of Chants to the Morning Lord, and The Blade of Truth, the uses of logic in the war against diabolist heresies, as fought by the Ulmist Inquisition. Strange book that mixes logical exercises with lurid descriptions of fiend-worshipping cults.
So we have a holy book and a cultist book.
These things tend to go together most of the time anyway.
Rachel, could you please make me a strength check of DC 12?
That's a -1 on that one. Let's see how this goes.
Oh, lordy.
I rolled a 12. No.
The door is just ever so slightly stuck. You can feel it
I
coming.
can do it. Come on, push it. Come on, help me, pull it.
If Suri helps, you can have advantage on that roll.
But then we don't have the daggers.
Suri's gonna yell down like,
Could you help push? Can you help push it from under?
Silence from beneath.
Hey! Are you still in there?
We're just yelling now, and the other two could probably hear us. And the other side of the channel just going,
I was gonna say,
"Hey,
Bob,
buddy!"
More
Bob will look
silence.
back, like.
Perhaps he's passed out down there.
Okay, just drop one dagger and use your other hand. Just push it. Come on.
Talia, give me a second. And Bob walks back into the other room and just sees this scene.
As Suri lends a
You want
hand,
some help.
roll
One
the
hand.
second dice with advantage. So just the second dice, just the second half of your roll.
Sorry,
Rachel.
who's this?
oh, Rachel, roll a.
Rachel's rolling again.
One more athletic.
Worse,
That's-
better.
It's a 4 minus a 1.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
I'm.
that
I'm not
initial
strong.
effort has completely spent you.
Ah.
Okay,
Talia's
I
heard
got
the
the rocks. I
commotion.
can see him.
I don't know how much help I can be after all that, but let me try. And Bob just walks over. And what is it?
Suri's
we're
gonna grab
rolling?
the. Once again.
DC 12 is the check.
A DC 12, not athletics.
Strength.
Oh, hang on. So, can we just roll straight out strength?
Yeah.
And that one.
So Bob comes in all macho. Let me help you.
Oh, he's not macho. He
I know,
knows
but
he's
the
been
whole,
like
the
knackered.
whole, do you need help? This door isn't moving.
Okay,
And
maybe
I
if
think
we
Talia
all
has-
grab it.
She's heard all of the commotion has walked in. And she's like, I thought I told you guys to wait.
Yeah, well, just come on. Maybe, just get it. Get your fingers and just pull it up.
Are we sure this is a good idea? She says as she's like walking toward
Absolutely.
And so she rolls for it. Oh. We're just doing strength.
Yeah, just a strength roll, DC 12.
Watch. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, there we go.
The door comes free in your hands. Very easily, actually. It was hardly stuck at all. And beyond the church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks, allowing you to glimpse a gaunt shape in the far corner.
Hello?
Sorry, get the candy.
Oh,
It's okay.
here.
I'll go get him. And I just sort of lumber in.
He tries to make a break for it. He tries to run past you.
Whoa.
I literally just throw myself at him and land on top of him.
Hissing, I can smell your blood.
ah.
And that is where we will wrap up this week's session.
Bob in his head is like, seriously, a goddamn vampire?
Take the candy.
We just
Didn't
wanted
Bob
to
make
get
a
the
vampire joke
candy.
earlier?
Foreshadowing.
I didn't expect to see one so soon.
Yeah.
Right? Lordy.
Well, you guys, why don't we go around? Why don't you tell us your favorite bit and tell us who you are, where we can find you online, and all those other wonderful things. And Kelly, since we finished with you last time, why don't we start with you this time?
Hi guys, I'm Kelly. You can find me on Twitter at @KellyLane. You can find me here Tuesday nights, and if you follow me on Twitter, you can find me in other random Twitch channels on other random days. This is my only long-term slot though, so if you want to see more of the shenanigans of this group and all of the almost trouble we keep getting into, tune in next Tuesday. Are we in the favorite part of the day? The fact that Sophie just kept digging.
Yeah, that
I
was a
was gonna
strong
find
moment.
it, damn it.
We were so like, yeah.
It was beautiful. Beautiful in its own sense. Next around the
But we
clock.
found half of one of the 4 things.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Next around the clock, we have Madame Gandalf.
Oh, hi. What a lot of fun this was. Intriguing moments, like getting surrounded by wolves and digging up a bunch of graves and getting our fortunes told and getting candy, as well as finding vampires and murmuring priests. And yeah, I'm getting very intrigued by this world of Barovia, even if Suri herself is getting annoyed with the world of Barovia. My favorite part, I think, this evening was Bob and Sophie like digging away like mad people as well. Just all of that, as well as like the guy who told us about the graves. He was just the most adorable little NPC, and that, like Alice pointed out, like that, like walk off was, yeah, just the run away was just, yes, I loved it. So yeah, my name's Amanda Gandalf, variety streamer and all of that jazz. We do cooking, singing, gaming, and D&D as well. So yeah, cheers everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, I forget sometimes that NPCs are things people can become attached to unnecessarily. Next around the clock, we have my wonderful wife and headmistress of the academy, Alice.
Hello. First of all, I'm really sorry for all the yawning. We haven't slept properly for quite a while. But I loved this, and I love Barovia as much as it is terrifying. Some of my favorite things from this week are, one, definitely again this lovable NPC, which I'm far too attached to now and kind of want to go find. And the image in my head of Bob finding this sword and then looking at it, not really doing it, just sort of playing with it a bit, and then not so far to the like right of him is Sophie just angrily and enthusiastically digging graves with someone's own hand, like just carving out the earth. I think that's it's definitely my favorite. I'm White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. I am a player and DM on this channel. I DM Eberron, which is on Monday nights, 8 p.m. EST. No, at a time I will check. And tomorrow I am running the Cypher System with Eden, which I'm very much looking forward to. And I will let the rest of the links go to Scrap, because otherwise I will be repeating everything he's going to say.
Of course. And so, last but most certainly not least, we have the wonderful Rachel. Oh, hi.
Hello. God, what a what an episode. I feel like today was definitely one of those episodes where Scrat was like, all right, guys, you got to do this. And we were like, no, we're going to go dig up every single grave in this damn graveyard. So sorry, Scrat.
No, I think it's
felt
so cute that you think I have a plan.
you know what? I'm a new DM and I'd never have a plan either, so I kind of get it. But yeah, no, it was interesting. Barovia is terrifying. It's confusing. I'm glad that Suri and Bob didn't get mauled more horribly by the wolves than they did. I think my favorite part had to be the way Bob reacted when he just really wanted a walking stick. And Sophie tried to give him the arm, and he just looked at her and was like, no. I think that was definitely my favorite part. And the NPC, you have to bring that NPC back. I'm sorry, that was a perfect NPC.
Which one? Sorry, is it the chap with the
the mud boy? The
mud
boy.
mud boy. Okay,
The naked mud boy.
We like the mud boy. Okay.
Yes.
I will bear this in mind.
Yes. But yeah, so my name is OBaby190 or Rachel here on Twitch. I am also a variety streamer. Play a lot of like FPS games, a lot of story games. I draw D&D characters on Thursdays, and I also stream D&D on my channel on Thursday. So we would do a little bit of everything, and I play Beat Saber sometimes, and I flail around like an idiot. It's a good time. So thank you again, Strahd, and everybody for the game. It was awesome.
Thank you. And thank you for your wonderful streams, both you and Alex and everyone here. Thank you all for all the wonderful content you produce, and for coming here and producing some with me. Talking of me, that just leaves me. So, if you're not already a part of my Discord, then you really should be. We are an inclusive, family feel, fun community of people who are creating a safe space for new and returning TTRPG streamers. Be that new to TTRPGs or new to streaming. We'll take either of you. If you would like to get into a game, send me a DM on Twitter. I currently have 3 viewer games a week with spaces for up to 12 new players. So send me a DM and I will get you in a game. I will consult the diary and send you a date. Admittedly, I've been a bit slow on this recently, mostly because we're in the middle of a move and I'm probably not even sleeping properly, let alone anything else. We are now a full-time service, so if you'd like to support us, we have a Patreon, we have merch, and we currently have a competition with, I believe, now roughly 6 to 8 hours left on the competition to get some of your very own rainbow dice. I'll hold them up to the camera, but really, if you want to see what they look like, you should go and look at the tweet, because Alice's picture does them a lot more justice than I do. Yeah, that's all the things. So you guys, today I'm going to take us over to pay a little raid-roo to the opera geek, Kelly. If you guys know her, she is an opera singer who does lots of Critical Role stuff and other things like that. But at the moment she's playing The Witcher 3. So when we get in there, I feel we need to have some sort of battle cry, something that we're going to take in with us. We're going for something different every stream, and players, if you have anything, we'll go for it. Otherwise, chat if you want to throw anything at us. What do we think?
Ooh, wait, what's that up? They're like, wait, what was that, Rachel?
I just want something to do with the mud boy.
Mud boy, that's
boy
perfect.
shuffle.
Yep, when
Mud
we
boy
get in
shuffle.
there, Scrat hypes, mud boy shuffles. That's what we're gonna do. Or naked mud boys.
Boy
Naked mud
shuffle.
boys or mud boy shuffles. Mud boy shuffles.
Mud boy shuffle.
Mud boy shuffles.
Mud boy shuffle.
So that is cooling down now, that raid. Guys, we are now live Mondays to Thursdays, 1 p.m, 6 p.m, and 10 p.m. EST. Yes, everyone, please spell Kelly with a Y. And on Fridays, we are also live at 1 p.m. EST and at 8 p.m. EST every other week. I'll give a quick shout out to Off the Table, because this week we do not have a show at 8 p.m. They do instead, using a similar cast. Yeah, let's head on over, guys. Let's fill that chat with hype, and I'll see you shortly. Bye. Keep evoking origins.